Hi guys, welcome to the how to stay rolling video. I've just installed ArcoLinux XL from June and we're almost July, so we're updating for 4 weeks or something like that. And if there's something to be done, I can tell you in this video. So updating is, well, this is not a Ubuntu or a Linux Mint thing. This is a distro that is stay rolling. That means that you update, you install once, you use a ISO for it, and with Ctrl-Alt-T and ISO, that's the ISO you use for it, and then you just keep on updating. So the word update is there, there's an up all, and if you're new to ArcoLinux, you definitely need to read all the aliases. And aliases are inside your bashrc, zshrc, or fish. So quite a few of aliases, which other distros just keep mostly blank. But we like to have all this available just by clicking like an npacman, which is an important file, which is the etc/pacman.com file, which is the configuration of your package manager, pacman. This is what you need to, well, from time to time change. So there we are on ArcoLinux. It's the frozen image at that point in time. When we built this, it was this day, Tuesday, May 23. That's the day we built the ISO. So the packages from there, from then, are now on my machine. And when you update, and that's the thing, right? When you update, the new packages come in, new kernels come in, and so on and so on. So do check out all the other aliases. I'm not gonna go for Scala and backup Scala and all that. So check them out. There are plenty of videos, like 130 videos about updating. One of the things we've done is we've changed the name. I was talking to the guys of Reborn OS, and one of the ideas then popped into my head. Let's just call this icon theme just Candy Beauty, and let's drop the ArcoLinux. The A stands for ArcoLinux, but nobody knows, right? A Candy Beauty icon theme kit. That's our vision of the combination of two kind of icons, and that's just a name change. That's all it is. But it was kind of huge in the sense that I did not anticipate how many links, how many packages actually rely on the name, rely on the package. So okay, a few hours work, but a Candy Beauty icon theme kit is now the name of an icon theme, and that's all it is, a change in name. And yes, also an update. So from time to time we take a look at the icons that they built. So it's a combination. So I'm not building really icons, some of them, but not really. It's another designer who creates the ArcoLinux, the candy and the two kinds. We'll can go into detail later. But anyway, a combo of icons and then fitted to our needs, that it's nice on ArcoLinux, basically on anything ArcoLinux, Plasma as well, for example. And then we go for a yes. So that's okay. Normally there would be something like keyring issues. If there is no keyring issue, that's always fun. But then I have to remember to explain to you guys that packages are signed by a person, and then the package gets signed and it gets this key thing. So if any key problems do arise, remember to do ArcoLinux keyring. That's the first thing you install, right? You update, you get all kind of errors, and then you say, this is the one you need. Then you update. So here you see the word keyring. 5 lines to check if all is well. And if everything is okay, then that's that, right? Here you see them in action. You see here the keys that are going to be added. So the chaotic keyring, and you might wonder why is that there, right? So also this is new. You'll see it in the what is new video. Reborn OS keyring is there. So we have, well, this project is 6 years old, right? visiting so many distros, ArcoLinux based distros, you kind of come to the conclusion that in the end, all the distros based on ArcoLinux, that it is all Arch. Even though we have the name ArcoLinux and the ALCI and Carly and so on, right? It is basically just Arch. And having packages, having the ability to install packages from Garuda or from Reborn OS and Endeavor OS, it's fun because it's basically another puzzle. Other packages mean more flexibility, more freedom, and we have now even more flexibility because we can install Reborn OS packages on this ArcoLinux based system called ArcoLinux. Right, so it's just more flexibility, more fun to be had if we can install, well, applications and configurations and icons and themes and all that from all of these guys. So, and the same applies here with the ArcoLinux tweak tool. We want to be able to use it on anything Arch. So ArcoLinux is bigger than the word ArcoLinux. There is Carly, there's LCI, there's a Riser, but all the other guys as well, the other developers that create their own ISOs, your own environment based on Arch, always. So maybe another thing that matters, PAMAC is a great tool, beautiful thing. It's coming from Manjaro. Thank you developers to create all of this, right? But you don't see me updating here. You see me looking at dependencies and where's it coming from and where are the files on my system. I'll use it for that. For updating, I'll check this because here you can have a look. So, okay, upgrading this, but this is a message, right? There's an updating grub. But at ArcoLinux, we've covered the updating in grub. By default, it will be, well, installed the way it should be with an extra grub install. If you forget, it's done automatically, so you don't have to think about that anymore. So these little things matter, and that's probably what is the difference between all these distros. The configs and how we solve things and overcome issues or avoid issues even. But also information, like there's a new thing, ArcoLinux Conky collection here, and your information is going in here. So that's another thing you should be aware. The word scal and the power of etc scal, because here's the backup. And somebody just a week ago told me, Eric, it's empty, right? etc scal, it's empty. No, it's not. So view, and you go to show hidden files. Remember Ctrl H. It's not empty, right? It's definitely not empty. So all of this is used. If I would create a new user, this is copy pasted over. This is the start for any new user. But if you do a clean install with an ISO, that's it. That's what you get. This is always a backup for anything you've messed up in your own system, which is here, Eric. And here is the backup. And scal is an alias. You should check it out, what scal means. You can type it and it shows you what it will do. And this is the URL to watch some videos and read, listen what it does. So you keep on reading and say, okay, all these things will be updated. And here PAMAC, straight from Manjaro, right? The only credit is that I built it, that's it, but the rest is all Manjaro. And it just works, and that's how we like to keep it. And you scroll through, and gradually, right, after 6 years time, you get to know all these packages. You know what are the important packages, when should I reboot, and so on. Things well, become more and more clear. So here we get the final bit here, grub, right? Update grub here, and where's the other guy? Grub install is the other guy. So if there is an update of grub, which is important because it will boot up your system, then you get the grub install here and an update grub here. Nice. Anything else? I don't think so. So it's a sudo reboot for us, or in, well, the SR is actually just reboot these days, but it used to be, 6 years old, it used to be just sudo reboot, but now we can just type reboot, but voila. It's another alias. So this is the thing of stay rolling, right? This is the thing of stay rolling. Just update, 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 update. Now, if things get updated, some of them will go to your system, and this is your system, right? Some of them will just go here and all is fine, you have nothing to do. And some of them will just go in etc scal, and that's it. So you can stay out of it, or you can say, I'll compare. What is this? And what do I have? After 6 months time, lots of updates come in, and they come in the etc scal, not in your home directory. We are not writing in your home directory. That will be totally wrong, right? We're not going to do that. You're going to do that. You decide if you want that or not. So what we can do is compare what do I have here in etc scal and what do I have there. And that's something interesting. So you can do it with any of these files or folders, and the tool you use is melt. So super F5 is one of the key bindings that we have in all our desktops, and it's basically an app, melt, that says you want to compare a file or you want to compare a folder, and you can have a three-way comparison if you want. So a file would be something like this, that you say, okay, look, I've got etc scal, not sure if there is a change or not. This is super shift enter. Everything is key binded, right? Everything works with key binds, shortcuts, key combos. So if we would try a bash RC and another bash RC, so this is the one you don't use, etc scal is not used, right? Only if you create a new user will that be used. But what about my bash RC? So that is gonna be used, home Eric bash RC, compare. And this is how we compare things, right? You see, there's no difference. This is the message, files are identical. And you can do a refresh comparison. You can say, give me more things and less things. So if we close this again, I don't know which one we can do, like the config maybe, because tiling window managers, for example, i3 is in here, BSP.wm is in here, awesome is here, CHADWM is in here, the long list. Many of these tiling window managers have a config somewhere. You can start with our config and change to your config. It's super easy, copy paste, done. But the thing is always, right, what did Eric do is always a good idea. What did we change? And should I change with you, right? That's it. So this is the config from the etc scal. This is my workflow. The left is someone else and the right is me. And then you compare. And there's a little bit more work. In the file filters, I'll say I don't want to see what's the same. Don't care what's the same, right? I just want to see what's different. So are there differences in the Thunar SCM? So again, this is mine, and this is from ArcoLinux. So here in the ArcoLinux welcome app, there's something changed. Auto start is true, auto start is false, which is good. Don't want to see ArcoLinux welcome, right? So here we just see some stuff, dconf, and what interests me is the blue guys. Set well the wallpaper Arco. Oh, look, there's well, not new code, but new text. All hashtags. So new text. Not that it's important, but we scroll through, and this is what you need to do. There is new code. If wallpaper, center, scale, stretch, and so on, then G setting set or GNOME. So that's a configuration This one is actually coming from Variety. I know that, of course, but we have not written this. This is the update of the package Variety, and the config has changed. So we've added these things. And this is something you need to decide, will I take it or won't I take it? And a good idea, before you do any of these changes, is say, okay, let's make a copy first, before I do any of this, right? I just do Ctrl-C and Ctrl-V, and that's it. Doesn't take a lot of money or time. Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V, you have a backup, and you can compare between these two afterwards and put things back if you say, nope, not my thing, don't want that setting, right? So that's a thing you do if you have time, right? If you have time, you say, I'll have a look and see what's new. And if you don't have time, you just type 4 letters skel in alias and done. So that's if you want to learn, and time, of course, always time. You see what is changed, anything important here that we've changed. Maybe keyboard shortcuts. There's the ArcoLinux app glade, that's new. So if you have AAH, right, Ctrl-Alt-H is something that's new. It doesn't work right now because of the fact that this is in etc skel. It's not in mine. So if I say, okay, I want to have glade, and glade is this. Glade. Ah, that's an idea, right? That's something we miss right now. True. So that's something we should install. And that brings us straight to the next little bit that I wanted to explain. And that's the fact that we have well, I've closed that one, that was too fast. We have a folder called bin. Bin is short for binary. And in binary, we have all kind of fun stuff. That's okay. Fun stuff is nice. So dog, for example, right? We have a little dog there. And that's also nice for some screenshots and all that. So all of these guys, mouse face, Space Invaders, you test them out and have fun with it. Space Invaders, right? Some of us do remember that. Now, what's in here as well is some interesting stuff. So main, fixes, kernels, keys, Nemesis repo, samba swap file. Have a look at it. Many videos, well, not many, but surely there are videos about it. But this is important. As you see, we have a project that's 6 years old. And in 2023, if you want to go from 2305 to 2306, we do this. There is some information about AAG. In the meantime, it changed again, right? ATT, information, reset Pacman online. We've changed the Pacman. Well, we did not change really the Pacman. It's ArcoLinux that changed their repos and we changed with it. And readme migration ArcoLinux text. So there is always information how to stay rolling, and there are scripts how to stay rolling. Here there's nothing to do, and here there's nothing to do, and here there's nothing to do. So that's cool, but sometimes you do need to run something, and then you see something like this, and it starts here. Do we need to remove something? Nope. Removals, none. Installations, none. Right? So why did I create this one? I wonder. Right? I wonder. Specialties, none. Function remover, none. Must have done something for it, but nothing to do, I guess. Pacman.conf maybe? I don't know. But what we need is one that goes from 2306 to 2307. So we need another one, a new package that I should update after this video. And the only thing that I think about is the fact that on the ISO of XL, so how to stay rolling and not reinstall every time we release an ISO, You overwrite everything, clean install everything. That's no fun, right? So this is a script that stays, make sure that you stay the same as the one from the ISO. So the packages on the ISO are the same, and we want to follow that up with the scripts. So this one is now included on the ISO, and that's the AAG. So it's an application, a tutorial application, but I'll surely will talk about it in the what is new video. This is the video how to stay rolling. So you can build anything. Also ArcoLinux ISOs, you can build it. You don't have to wait till the first of the month. Just press the button, create and done. And there's more, right? That's for the other video. So that's something we should do. We should add the package ArcoLinux Glade. And let me check on the GitHub what else we should add. Another thing we should add to our system, but it's your choice, right? If you run the script, you can always say, nope, I'm not going to do that. But this is also on our ISO of XL in July, and that's the SoftwareM Git. The dev is for us, development. So SoftwareM is a little tool that provides us with the selection of Calamares. So when you boot up into ArcoLinux, you get Calamares. You can have a choice, the easy and the advanced. And in the advanced, you can select oh so many of these beautiful applications that are free in Linux, but also our stuff, right, that we've created, our theming, and so on and so on. So it's just a button away and you got yourself a application on anything ArcoLinux based, right? We've shown you a video on EndeavourOS, but it will work on Reborn OS and so on. It's Arch, then it works. And of course, if it has the keyring of ArcoLinux and the mirror list of ArcoLinux, then you can install also the ArcoLinux stuff. So SoftwareM needs to be added. There was another thing that we should add, and that was a font. It's really is not that important, but it is new to the XL ISO. So if you say I want to have emojis, then you do this as well, fonts and then emoji. We'll put it in the script and you decide if you want those things or not. Voila, so 3 things have been added to the ISO basically since last time in June. And I'm just going over the changes in our ISO right now to the right of my screen. And that's it basically. The app Glade is there. And all the rest is a little bit more technical. The pacman.conf normally is already changed by now. And the GNOME software is also gone. So if you say I'm missing GNOME software, so this is not gonna go in the script. The script is this thing here. But if you say, oh my God, where is it gone? Right, we removed it last month. So GNOME software is another tool. Maybe you should make this a little bit of well, an overview. This is GNOME software. Since we have already PAMAC, which is this guy over here, and at some point in time GNOME software gave issues and there was no downloading, it was all broken, we just removed it saying, okay, we have already one. This is already something. Software mode, here are all the photo, video things, music, video, productivity, communication use. I mean, it's here already. That's one tool. Second tool, on Plasma we have the other tool. I always have to think about the tool, the name of the tool, and discover, right, that's it. So that's 3 tools for the same thing. And then we have our SoftwareM, and that's number 4, right? So there's something like too much, and that's why GNOME software is gone. But if you want it, it's that simple, right? It really is that simple. Type it in, sudo pacman-s, done. So that's it for me. That is the how to stay rolling video. I'll make a folder, and the folder will say install these 3 things, and then we are following what we did to the ISO of the XL. That's the point, how to stay rolling and have the same thing than the ISO without clean install. All right, have fun learning. That's what we do. Do watch the texts on ArcoLinux info. So that's our way to communicate information. That's what the URL stands for. The info is really pure info. And this guy, well, those guys are about learning, and you have a look what all this means. Yes, maybe not a bad idea to show you a nice image of vacation, right? We're going on vacation. I do think we need to reload here. There's the text. So July ISOs are being tested. At this point in time, you can already have them. Yes, they are present already. It's AAG, and if you don't know what AAG is, that is you guys testing our ISOs before release, and if there's something wrong, we know, and then we just postpone the release and fix it. Did not happen yet, but it can, and that's why it's there. And the rest is this thing, what I'm showing you here, that's the beginning of the other video. What is new? And what is new is always here in the beta version, but at this point in time, the article still needs to be written. What is new, right? This is for the beta testers. All right, cheers and have fun with ArcoLinux. No, all right. Have fun with anything Arch based would be better. Cheers.